Today we're exploring a fascinating yet controversial topic in music history: legendary artists whose vocal abilities sparked endless debates. From distinctive voices to unconventional styles, these icons proved that raw talent comes in many forms. Today we will see the top 10 worst voices in music history. 1. Bob Dylan, the voice that divided generations. Bob Dylan stands as one of music's most influential figures, yet his vocal abilities have sparked heated discussions for decades. His distinctive nasal, raspy singing style has been both celebrated and criticized throughout his career. Early masterpieces like Blowing in the Wind and The Times They Are A-Changin' captured the revolutionary spirit of their era, despite Dylan's often off-key, high-pitched delivery. While some critics questioned his technical prowess, others praised his ability to convey raw emotion through his unique vocal approach. His instantly recognizable voice became a signature element of his artistry, even as debates about its merit continued among music enthusiasts and critics alike. 2. Leonard Cohen, Poetry in Gravel. Leonard Cohen's deep, gravelly baritone defied traditional definitions of beautiful singing. His approach to vocals often resembled melodic speaking rather than conventional singing, creating a distinctive style that perfectly complemented his poetic lyrics. While some listeners found his monotonous delivery challenging, others were captivated by how his voice conveyed depth and emotion. His masterpiece, Hallelujah, became a timeless classic, not because of vocal acrobatics, but through its raw emotional power. Cohen's voice, while unconventional, proved perfect for his artistic expression, demonstrating that technical perfection isn't always necessary for creating meaningful music. 3. Tom Waits, the whiskey-soaked storyteller. Tom Waits revolutionized music by blending jazz, blues, and avant-garde rock, but his voice remains his most distinctive feature. His rough, gravelly baritone often sounds like it's been soaked in whiskey and aged in smoke. His vocal delivery frequently borders between singing and shouting, creating a sound that can be jarring to uninitiated listeners. However, this unique vocal quality became integral to his artistic identity, perfectly matching his gritty, atmospheric compositions. Whether performing tender ballads or raw, emotional pieces, Waits' voice brings an authenticity that's impossible to replicate, even though critics often question his technical vocal abilities. 4. Iggy Pop, the raw voice of punk. As the godfather of punk rock, Iggy Pop never aimed for vocal perfection. His unorthodox approach to singing, often characterized by shouting and screaming with minimal concern for pitch or melody, embodied punk's rebellious spirit. While his voice might fall short when compared to polished rock vocalists, it perfectly suited the raw, anarchic energy of his performances. His wild, energetic stage presence and distinctive vocal style helped define punk rock's aesthetic, proving that musical impact isn't always about technical excellence. Iggy's contribution to music history demonstrates how breaking conventional vocal rules can create something truly revolutionary. 5. Neil Young, the divisive voice of folk rock. Neil Young's high-pitched nasal voice stands as one of rock music's most controversial elements. While countless fans embrace his raw, emotional delivery and authentic style, others find his vocal characteristics challenging to appreciate. His voice, often described as whiny, shaky, or off-key, regularly struggles with technical precision, particularly in higher registers. Yet this distinctive vocal quality has become an integral part of his artistic identity, resonating deeply with generations of listeners who value emotional authenticity over technical perfection. 6. Patti Smith, the untrained punk poet. Patti Smith emerged as a revolutionary figure in punk rock despite having no formal vocal training. Her unconventional approach to singing, characterized by rough edges and raw delivery, often strays from traditional pitch and tone. Yet Smith's focus has always been on conveying emotion and attitude, rather than achieving technical excellence. Her voice, though frequently described as strained and unrefined, has garnered a devoted following through its sheer energy and authenticity. This unpolished quality perfectly embodies the rebellious spirit of punk music, making her vocal style a defining characteristic of the genre. 7. Axl Rose, the controversial screamer. Guns N' Roses frontman Axl Rose possesses an impressive vocal range that has become both his greatest asset and biggest source of criticism. His ability to hit stratospheric notes in classics like Sweet Child of Mine demonstrates remarkable capability, but his signature screams often divide listeners. Some find his high-pitched delivery harsh and screechy, particularly during live performances where control becomes an issue. Despite these criticisms, Rose's distinctive voice has become synonymous with hard rock, cementing his place among rock's most recognizable vocalists. 8. William Shatner, the spoken word pioneer. William Shatner represents a unique case in musical history, approaching singing from an actor's perspective rather than a traditional vocalist's. His style, more spoken word than conventional singing, often lacks traditional musical elements like pitch and melody. His infamous rendition of Rocket Man exemplifies his theatrical approach, complete with dramatic pauses and robotic delivery. While initially met with ridicule, Shatner's unique interpretation has earned him a dedicated following who appreciate his unconventional approach to musical performance. 9. Lou Reed, the monotone visionary. As the creative force behind the Velvet Underground, Lou Reed revolutionized rock music with a voice that defied conventional standards. His flat, monotone delivery lacked traditional musicality, often sounding strained and grating to casual listeners. However, Reed's focus on mood and atmosphere over technical proficiency created a new paradigm in rock music. His unpolished vocal style became an essential element of his artistic expression, proving that emotional authenticity could triumph over technical precision in creating influential music. 10. Johnny Rotten, the voice of anarchy. Johnny Rotten, the iconic frontman of the Sex Pistols, stands as another controversial figure whose vocal abilities have sparked endless debates. His singing style, characterized by harsh, discordant delivery, redefined what punk rock could sound like. Far from the melodic standards of traditional rock, Rotten's approach featured aggressive screaming, confrontational shouting, and politically charged ranting that perfectly embodied the anarchic spirit of the punk movement. While his vocal technique wouldn't impress classical training instructors, Rotten's raw, unfiltered style served a greater purpose. His voice became a weapon of rebellion, cutting through social norms and musical conventions with the same sharp edge as his controversial lyrics. Critics often dismissed his abilities, pointing to his apparent lack of pitch control and melodic consistency. However, these very flaws became his greatest strengths, creating a unique vocal signature that influenced generations of punk rockers. What Rotten lacked in traditional vocal beauty, he more than made up for in authenticity and impact. His aggressive delivery style perfectly matched the Sex Pistols' anti-establishment message, proving that musical revolution doesn't always require perfect pitch or polished technique. The rawness in his voice carried a genuine anger and frustration that resonated with disaffected youth, making him one of punk's most influential figures. These iconic artists, from Bob Dylan to Johnny Rotten, have proven that conventional vocal beauty isn't always necessary for creating lasting musical impact. Their contributions transcend traditional metrics of singing ability, focusing instead on emotional authenticity, artistic expression, and cultural influence. While their voices might not have won classical singing competitions, they revolutionized their respective genres and left an indelible mark on music history. If you've enjoyed this journey through music's most distinctive voices, don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of music and entertainment.